there, guys, from Seaside. That's Max there on the Paul Lloyd Warner Busendorfer. Man, that's gorgeous in there. Handcrafted in Vienna. This is beautiful. People come all over just to play that, and you get it every week, and you make it sound great. Max on the keyboard. Thank you, guys. Bob leading the pack with his saxophone for more than 25 years. Been taking that lead. Woo! They got Jerry Reba there on those skins, just pounding away, making that rhythm just succinct. We like that, as well as bass and Harley. Bless you guys for just being consistently fabulous every week after week. And getting here early on a Sunday morning, it's not always the easiest thing for a musician, I understand. Or I've been told, I don't know about those vampire hours, but thank you. Appreciate that. And good morning, Seaside. Woo! What a joy it is to be with you on this fabulous day and this winter day in San Diego. I love it when the weather does something. You know, I've actually heard people already complaining about the weather. It's so cold. I want it to change. Like, really? We've had it for a month. Anyway, it's a joy to be able to experience the sky doing something different. It's nature. It's called nature. It's good. Anyway, it's a joy to share a Sunday morning with you, and we have a wonderful individual here holding the light today. It is Patty Christensen. And when we talk about holding the light, it is about holding a consciousness where that spirit moves through and expresses through this individual. She'll be sitting back there at our prayer center. And our prayer center is, if you ever have a prayer request, the prayer center is the place to go. Because we have prayer requests that you fill out and you put it in that box back there, and it gets distributed among 40 practitioners, and 40 individuals pray on it all week long. So it's a great place to do it. Or you can actually do it online too if you want to send it in if something happens in the middle of the week. But Patty will be holding symbolically the light, which means holding the consciousness, being a conduit for the Spirit to move forth. She just sits there, not necessarily receiving the gifts of this service, but just contemplating the infinite, the beauty, the love, the peace, the abundance, the grace, and the glory of God. And so I light this candle symbolic of lighting the light that you're holding here. And I know right now that as you sit back there, you continue to just feel the wonderful expression of Spirit moving through you. And if I forget what I'm saying, I look back there and I get that spiritual hit called Patty Christensen. Thank you. And so let's see here. We had a telethon on Sunday. That was like an incredible kind of experience here. It was a lot of fun. It took a lot of people to be involved with the telethon. So if anyone was involved with this telethon last week, you want to stand so we can love you up and just say thank you for all that you did. These individuals made it possible, and it was a totally new experience for Seaside. We now know how to do it. We raised $11,000 in the process. It was all hands on deck. Thank you, everybody, for your generosity. And it's about family. It's about coming together and bringing forth Spirit in a new way. And everyone that was here just felt, wow, that was something magical and special for sure. But I'll tell you what else is magical and special is the person you're sitting next to. So I want to invite you to stand and say hello to them and just welcome them into this service today. And join us for our congregational song.
Yes, yes. Good morning, Seaside. Feel free to move around, move things around, shake it up, get energy flowing through you. This is the place, this is the time. shine. Living love every day. I'm living love every day. I'm living love every day. I'm spreading peace along the way. Right time, said the right place. I'm living love every day. Bob Mathis on the saxophone. Shine, say let it shine. I see the joy in this world. I see the joy in this world. This is the time, said this is the place. I see the joy in this world. Said right place, right time. See the light, gonna shine that light to the right place, right time. Let it shine, gonna let it shine. Now one more time, nice and loud. I said right place, to the right time. Gonna let it shine.
All right, Carissa, that was a fun one. Woo, you did that great. Thank you, thank you. So, hey, you woke up a bit. You had a late gig last night, huh?
Sure did.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's great to be here, though. I wouldn't miss it.
Well, hey, we're glad you're here. And thank you so much for your involvement with our telethon. And Danielle, thank you for also being here for the telethon. It was, we talked about it, was a great success, and your presence, it made a difference for sure. So, making a difference is what we keep doing here at Seaside, and our presence here today will make a difference as how this morning unfolds. We continue to put Spirit first in so many ways, and one of the ways that we always remember to do it is with prayer before things get going. And so to take us to a deep place as a wonderful practitioner here of Seaside of 20 years, that is Dennis Mills. Hey, yeah, had a little bit of healing going on there, huh? A wonderful testimony of an arm that didn't work, and now it does.
It works better. Good morning. Now, please join me in a moment of silence. I know that this is the place to be, and this is the time to be here. For I know that this is where Spirit expresses each and every day. As we listen to Reverend Christian and the music, knowing that it is that Spirit that is expressed through each and every person here and through them at this time. But it is this time together that we continue to unite with one another, to be with one another, to feel that presence of Spirit sitting next to us, sitting behind us, in front of us, all around us. For everywhere there is that spiritual expression of God, having that expression here on the earth. So as we continue to feel that presence, and to unite in that presence, and to be here together today, knowing that this is a place where the love is continued to be expressed, and as we know that this is the light, as we feel the sun coming through the lights as we come in here today, for it is in this time together that there is only that love, there is only that light. So as we continue to sit here and enjoy everything that there is to have, as we let that light within each of us shine and be that expression of God who we are together today.
Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. Be still and know that you are God. Be still and know that you are. Be still and know that you are God. Be still and know. Be still and know that we are God. Be still and know that we are. Be still and know that we are God. Be still and know.
That was beautiful, Carissa and Dennis. Good morning. My name is Catherine Cespedes, and I am so lovingly known here at Seaside by Kat, and I am a practitioner student, and it is my honor to welcome you all. If you are new here to Seaside, I want you to know that we thought about you, and we love you very much. And because we love you so much, we created these beautiful packets. On the screen, you'll see everything inside. You can pick them up either at the front of the front entrance onto the left, or when you walk out through the doors, there is a table, and it is all specifically designed for you. And make sure you pick one of these up, and you can always subscribe on our website if you are watching online, and you can get our daily emails. So this morning, it is also my honor to talk about our heart-to-heart connection group here at Seaside. And this is just one way that we get to take our hands and heart out and off of our campus. And this morning, to talk to us a little bit more about the heart-to-heart, we have Sunny Goodwin. Give her a round of applause.
So I have to lower this a little bit. How many of you are familiar with the Interfaith Shelter Network and have participated in the past? Okay, so a lot of you haven't. We at Seaside joined the Interfaith Shelter Network and became a participating congregation more than 15 years ago. I have always been instrumental, along with Sandy Atkins, who is not with us anymore, and my husband Mike, whom I met here at Seaside. We have always been the coordinators of this program for Seaside. This program brings in transitionally homeless people who have recently lost their homes, mostly families. So our shelter this year, typically we do it at Christmas time, and people came up to me and said, "What's going on?" We now have no space at Seaside to do the hosting. So we partner with Bethlehem Lutheran Church, just a few blocks north of us at 925 Belur, here in Encinitas. They give us the space. We handle 1 week, and they handle another week. This year, we are the setup congregation, and we will be doing the first week. So this year, our week starts on the 30th. We're going to set up on a Saturday, and then we have the guests from that Sunday, the 31st, through the 6th of April. The thing about these folks is that they are just like you and me. The face of homelessness has changed over the years. We used to think of homeless people as people who didn't make good choices in life and blah, blah, blah. We had this whole idea about what homeless people are. That is not the truth anymore. Most families are exactly 2 months away from homelessness, and through catastrophic events find themselves in that situation. I know I did more than 20 years ago. So I came back from that. I've never been homeless since and never will be. 97.8% of the folks who participate in this program have permanent housing for the rest of their lives. So we change lives. We give them that bridge between something horrible that happened, that they lost their homes. Now we get them into a program that feeds and houses them for 6 to 8 weeks while they save money. Most of the families are working. They have children. They are carefully screened by CRC, so they don't have any drug or alcohol issues. They have a caseworker, and we do really great things. So I've got sign-ups in the back, and we're hoping to hear from all of you. Thank you.
So that they may continue doing the good work out into this world, Seaside is giving this check to you, so you may continue doing all the beautiful work you're doing.
It is my pleasure to welcome a friend of mine and a friend of yours, Seaside, Ms. Danielle Tucker. She's going to sing for you this morning, and man, it's a wonderfully uplifting and fun song. Likewise, she just recently had the opportunity, which all singers in the room, and maybe non-singers too, could go, wow. She got to sing in really close proximity to Gladys Knight on the same event, on the same stage. And she got to see up close and personal one of our greatest heroes in the vocal community with her band, the Mighty Untouchables, which is so good that they're getting booked alongside Gladys Knight at events, right? Yeah, awesome. And she's also developing a coaching practice and helping the young minds of the future learn how to express themselves through their voice and become their highest possible self through singing. So you're incredible. Yeah. All right. Go ahead. Sing with your beautiful voice. Danielle Tucker, everyone.
Thank you, Carissa. Thank you, everybody. Good morning, Seaside. I'm so happy to be here. Good Morning is the name of the song that I'm going to sing this morning. It is so uplifting. I hope you're uplifted, maybe even lifted onto your feet this morning. Don't be shy. Clap those hands. There you go. Yesterday, 'cause I'm leaving it behind me. Hello, sunshine, come what may. I feel something new inside me. I hear the birds singing, now Thank you so much.
That is Danielle Tucker. Oh my goodness. What a way to start a day with that song. Could you imagine waking up feeling like that? Healing would be yours. You wouldn't even have to do a prayer. You know, I heard singing is like doing a prayer twice anyway. So what an attitude to start the day, start off with that vibration of feeling good. It would be the way to start a day, for sure. Anyway, so here I am. This year we're talking about healing throughout the course of the year. I'm even thinking maybe in the fall of doing a healing service once again myself. Real quiet, devotional, meditative. But anyway, here we are today. Back into this moment. Get way out there. The healing power of the divine is today's message. And you see those falls? I mean, that's what it's like to have the healing power of Spirit. There is nothing that could stand in its way. When it begins to move through you, healing happens. Your whole being is transformed. Like that music we just heard, it was uplifting. It's like the whole cellular level of my being changed. What about you guys? Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you begin to dial into Spirit and it moves through you like the power of those waterfalls. Your whole being changes, and there's a spontaneous healing that is going on. Heard a wonderful healing story, and I get to hear them all the time because, you know, that's kind of my job. And so we pray, and healing happens, and sometimes we share them. And if you ever have a testimony you'd like to share with the community, I'd love to have you share it, because the more we hear of these healings, the more natural it becomes to think, yeah, this really does work. So in class Thursday, practitioner class, we're teaching this practitioner student. I won't share the name, but her grandmother had cancer, you know, was diagnosed, and all the documentation and things go with it in a pretty extended stage. And she came into class Thursday morning and said, just got a call from Grandma, it's gone. It's like, without any medical treatments, it's just gone. And it's like, wow, that's the way it works. And so that is what I want us to get. This spontaneous kind of healing is possible. The Institute of Noetic Sciences, you ever hear of them? Wonderful, do the scientific end of the new thought started by Edgar Mitchell, the astronaut. They commissioned a book back in the 90s called Spontaneous Remission that was put together with the research done by Brandon O'Regan and Carly Hirschberg. And they took 3,500 cases of documentation of spontaneous remission and began to say, you know what, this is like it's not like common, but it's a real thing that is going on, and put it out in the case studies for us to share. And they define spontaneous remission as the disappearance of a symptom or cancer without medical treatment or effective treatments to dissolve or disappear the disease, symptom, or cancer. It disappears without any of the like traditional kinds of ways. That is what is possible as we come in and allow the divine power to heal, to move through us like that waterfall. It knows how to purge out everything. And so Seaside, along with religious science, from its beginning, from its conception, the thrust of this movement has been one of healing. Got that? All these other things are great, but it's about shifting the consciousness to the place where I am one with that presence, and that the healing power, that divine, is moving through me, and anything unlike it fades into the nothingness from which it came. It is neutralized, it is dissolved. It's not a fight and a battle with something going on in my body. It is allowing myself to be one with that healing presence of God. And so we are so committed to this that over the next 7 weeks, the Lent season, starting in March, we are going to do Lent Seaside style. We have created these, we have created sacred circles. So they're going to be offered in a home near you on a convenient night, so a neighborhood near you, no cost, facilitated by practitioners and practitioner interns, and they created these 7 keys to healing. And so rather than giving up something every week for Lent, we're going to be embracing our greater good every week to support our greater good in life. So because you know what? You came in this world good to go. You were created by the infinite. You are of that infinite, and you came into this world fully loaded. You know, if you were a car, you were the top of the line, fully loaded and good to go. You have been given everything that is necessary. You weren't created just partially. You're not the low-end model. You have been created fully loaded and able to come into this world, and you have within you, part of you, anything that could ever possibly be needed. God didn't create only a part of you and kick you out and say, hey, go figure it out. You know, It didn't work like that. You have got it all. There was a little kid who was once asked, do you know where belly buttons came from? And said, yeah, when God created us, he lined us all up, and when we were finished, he pressed us in the tummy and said, you're done, you're done, you're done, you're done. You're done, you're fully loaded, and if for some reason you didn't get to be as tall as you wanted to be, you're tall enough for this world. If for some reason, you didn't come out looking as good as you wanted to look, you know what? You are perfect looking. If for some reason you ended up with less hair on top than you would have wished, it's still the perfect amount of hair. You've got to recognize that you have whatever you need to be in this lifetime with whatever it is you have come here to do. That's right. Woo! Woo! So it says in the beginning, when God, threw out a bunch of stars and created the heavens and said, man, that's good. Then, threw out and created the earth and the mountains, said, that's good. And then created the oceans and the sunsets and said, that's good. And then created the animals and said, man, that's good. And then when he created you, he said, that's very good. You got that? You're very good. In Ephesians, it says you're magnificent. It's not. Didn't say that about the Himalayas, and those are pretty impressive. It didn't say it about the tigers and the bears and the parakeets. You're the only one who got the mark of very good. You got a belly button to prove it. And so what we want to do is come into that realization that who I am is enough. What I want to be is me. Everyone else has been taken. So, I might as well be happy with this guy, with who you are. You've been given everything. You are fully loaded. You've been sent into this world and said you have got what it takes. Nothing has been denied. Go out there. You are very good, but you're the one who's got to know that. If you want to experience that healing and you're feeling a shortfall in your life, what you've got to do is begin to remember the truth of your being is that, it's spirit. You've got to begin to recognize. Michelle Obama, here she said, what we have got to she says, we've, in our work, get it right, said we have got to work to put ourselves higher up on our to-do list. Got that? We've got to work to put ourselves higher up on our to-do list. Who's responsible for taking care of you, of honoring you, of thinking that you are magnificent, that you are very good? It is you. You can't be somebody else. As I said, those were all taken up. You've got to recognize the truth of your being. You want to experience that divine power healing your life in whatever ways you're working on, whether it's relationships, whether it's in this body, you're the one who's got to recognize the truth of who you are. Ernest Holmes, in his book, Living the Science of Mind, he said that practitioners know at the center of everyone is a perfect life, complete wholeness, a deathless principle. And that all healing comes as a result of revelation or realization, though it comes through a process. So the healing comes in a realization. The light goes on, man, that is who I am. But it tends to show up in our life because we're in here in this world, we're in here in this time and space, and we're unfolding. So it tends to show up in a process of healing. But the healing is that instantaneous. It is the instantaneous remission. It is the letting go of that which doesn't serve you anymore because you have chosen to remember the truth of your being is that you and spirit are one. That's what you came from. That is in your spiritual DNA. It is not a matter of your bloodline. It is a matter of your thought line. And this I'm going to line up with that higher expression of myself, which is spirit seeking to come through you in this world. This is what we're waiting for you is for you to be who you came here to be. You can't be anybody else. You want to experience the healing, live in integrity with your dharma, with your purpose, with what it is, and you will find yourselves getting as excited as they were when Danielle was singing Good Morning. It's going to be a new day. Your whole being's going to have this new resonant frequency about it that anything that can't match it will slide away like those old Teflon pans when things used to slide out of them. That's what happens. The garbage and the junk slides out because God didn't make junk. You're not partially ready to do this life. You are fully loaded and good to go. And the divine is seeking to heal your world and your life if you are able to open up to that. So what is getting in the way that you need to let go of that's not serving you? And you've got to step into it and say, okay, Spirit, here I am. Use me. And in that, we're doing this thing called life. And with that comes, issues, challenges. But there's something you'll find in the Bhagavad Gita. You find a lot of stuff in there, actually. But you have Krishna educating or, teaching his disciple, Arjuna, who's a warrior. So the metaphors, are warrior-like. And so Krishna tells to Arjuna, because they're talking about the soul, said that there's no weapon that can pierce the soul, or fire that can burn it, or water that can moisten it, or wind that can whip it. You are birthless, so you cannot perish. That you came into this expression, and it is your changeless expression that is not caught in the time of this world. You're birthless, you're eternal, you cannot perish. So those weapons cannot pierce your soul or burn your heart. And when you know that, then all of a sudden, when you have some thoughts begin to grip hold because the doctor gave this prognosis and it's scaring the bejeeters out of you. It's all of a sudden your portfolio is not looking as robust as you were once dreaming when you were young and excited about the infinite possibilities. And all of a sudden, you get this train of thought and this trend, and you got the tyranny of trend of thought. And if you're not putting it in there, the headlines are really giving you things to be concerned about, and feeding you with fear, whether it's the time or the wars or 5Gs or call it what you want. All of a sudden the tyranny of the trends of our thought begin to take a grip, and we're the ones who got to say, you know what? I'm not going there. I'm not going to succumb to that kind of thinking, because I came into this world fully loaded, and that divine wants to heal my world and make those crooked ways straight, and I'm the one who gets to decide how I am going to be. If truly, as Ernest was saying, as the practitioners know, at the center core of our being is that complete wholeness, that part Ernest was talking about that would never been violated, then I'm the one who's got to begin to come into the realization and recognition that whatever is going on is preparing me so I can be in that realization kind of moment. There is a Buddhist story, Robert Thurman, I think, told this story of a Buddhist monk who was in very arduous in his meditation practice, working on sitting in the silence in his monastery or ashram. And over the side of him is another monk, and he's on his knees polishing a tile. And the sound, this guy's kind of getting irritated by it, but it's part of my spiritual practice. It's not going to bother me. But a couple hours later, and that is bugging me. What are you doing over there? And the guy doesn't even look up or get up off his knees, and he just says, I am polishing this tile into a mirror. And the guy said, you can't polish a tile into a mirror. And he doesn't even get up or look at him and says, any more than you can meditate yourself into enlightenment. And, we do our practices to prepare ourselves for that which is really unpreparable for. It's like the strangely paradoxical, I'm doing my practices so I can prepare myself, but you can't really have the experience of enlightenment you can prepare yourself to be receptive, to be at the point where it happens. But if you try to prepare your heart, let's say for a heartache or disappointment, when that time comes, your experience is nothing like you had prepared. It's an experience, isn't it? You ever have a heartbreak? Yeah, it's not like anything you could really have prepared for, and the mind tries to grasp the ungraspable. You just can't get what it's like when the wind blows and the leaf just kind of dances right and catches the sun and glistens back, and grace just fills that moment of your being. It's like, wow. And all of a sudden, the knots that were holding things together let go, and the veils drop, and you see, it's like you can't prepare for that. Though one should prepare. One should do their practices so when the time does present itself, that you're able to respond, that you're able to be present, so you you are in that receptive place. So you're able to be a place where spirit is known, and that what it becomes available to you is spirit. And then the healing happens, not because I'm telling spirit what to do here and now, but because there's a stability, if you would, that has been created through that practice. So when I am in that moment, my mind can't run off on the tyranny of the trends of consciousness that are pulling me way off the center. What I am doing is I have created a sense of stability. So when a prognosis comes forth, or a diagnosis comes out, or a prediction comes out, or whatever, the mind doesn't go wild with it. It is able to remain at that place where it is quiet, that it is clear, that it is in a place of receptivity, and able to tap into those states of consciousness that are spirit, the peace, the harmony, the love, the calm, the luminosity of the divine itself begins to be the stability, the stability in our life. So when the things get shaken, we don't fall prey to what is real, but rather we move into the realization of the truth, of the real. Does that make sense? You got what's going on, but what you really want to do is have the realization of the spiritual truth as opposed to being caught up with the fears that are being projected into our experience. Spirit is speaking. It's knocking at the door of our soul. And whatever we find ourselves in, it's an opportunity for us to bring forth the presence in a greater way. We have that. We've been fully loaded. We're good to go. Got the manual. People say, I didn't get a manual. Yeah, you got a manual, but you got to check within to experience that. And, it's kind of thick, but I got to tell you, it's only to get us confused because it's really simple. There's only one thing you got to work on is heal that sense of separation, that there is something that could actually come between the truth of your being and its manifestation in life, that there is something that could come between you and God. And the only way it can get in there is if it slips through your mind because you haven't been consistent with your spiritual practices, allowing yourself to be available for that which is real, that cannot be defined or experienced in the mind, but it's in the experience of what is going on. The consistency is important. And when I'm talking about consistency, I'm not talking about every Tuesday for 20 minutes at 10 o'clock. I'm talking about making yourself available. So when you're knocked on the ropes, and you're on the ropes, you realize sometimes when you're getting pushed back like that in life and you're looking for a healing or a transformation, that when you are being pushed back, that what it is really doing is calling for something that is greater within you to pull you forward in life so you can move in that direction. You have that the lower gears to get you going. You came here loaded. You have what it takes to come off the ropes, and sometimes it looks like being more generous. Sometimes it looks like being more understanding. Sometimes it looks like being more compassionate, not covering up, quitting, and getting quiet, and just withdrawing. Do you know there's so many people, when there comes a push, they withdraw. The turtle goes back into the shell. It's like, okay, I give up. You can't give up. Just because you've been pushed on the ropes, it is calling for you to be greater than the experience that has given you the pushback right there. And who knows, maybe that pushback, the two of you united, become an even greater expression of the divine. But sometimes it may look like a disease, a challenge, and it gets so loud because it's not really the choice I would put on my spiritual path. Roger Teal, and as you've heard me say, he's coming to Seaside. I'm very excited. He is a buddy of mine, and he's been in the ministry 42 years. And today in Denver, which is where he is, really the Mecca spiritual center of religious science, is his last day of preaching. On Thursday, March 7th, he's going to be here. It's his first gift after being a fully employed senior minister for decades. And it's going to be fun. And there's no cost that night. The convention is, starting in Calgary on one night, and the next night it's moving to Denver, and the next night it's moving to Atlanta, and it's closing here on Thursday night, March 7th. Red carpet's at 4 o'clock, and then at 5 o'clock, we're going live across the country with Roger, as well as this other minister who's fabulous up in Seal Beach, who came out of Seaside School of Ministry. But that was a long way of introducing Roger. And anyway, in his book, This Life is Joy, a wonderful book, he's talking about being in the driver's seat. What he said is, this forgetfulness, not being in the driver's seat, this forgetfulness is especially common during the experience of disease. Something alien seems to be going on in the body or situation that needs to be stopped or removed. The problem seems to take on a life larger than our own, and it's definitely in the driver's seat, especially if there's a great deal of pain involved. As this expands, there is usually a distancing from any personal connection or participation. Outer worldly remedies or procedures are initiated, and the patient's role is mostly to endure, sometimes both the disease and the remedy. And we slip back into focusing and fixating on the materiality and the power that the disease or problem seems to yield. The pain, the difficulty, or danger involved make it more challenging to remember that the disease or the disorder is not the ultimate reality, but it's an experience that we're having. And that experience we're having is equally an opportunity that we're being offered, an opportunity for a higher discovery. Got that? It's inviting you for a higher discovery. I don't recommend disease or pain or sickness. I'm not big on that. But if it's going on, don't waste a good chaos experience in your life. Use it to bounce off those ropes with a higher understanding, with a mountaintop view, with a greater realization, and you do that through faith. In the 5th chapter of James, he talks about the prayer of faith is what heals the sick, and Spirit will raise you up. And that prayer of faith is an attitude. It is a movement in consciousness. It is an absolute knowingness with no room for deniability. It is an unshakable conviction. It is knowing the truth, and there is no other options there. This is the kind of faith that will move mountains, that will heal your body, that will create the finances, that will make the miracles unfold, where all of a sudden you get a call in the morning from your loved one saying, I'm good, Yeah. And there's something about this law, this principle, this responsiveness, is there is no fluctuation with it. It doesn't have a good day, so it's going to help you out better today, or in a couple weeks under the full moon, if the planets line up just right. It is a spiritual principle that responds. Thy faith has made me whole. It's like jumping off the cliff. Gravity's going to take you down. It's not a good day, a bad day. You're going down. Well, I'll tell you, when you're working with faith, there is a responsiveness that does not fluctuate. It responds, period. But you are the one who's got to step into that deeper knowingness. You are the one who's got to say, you know what, I know Spirit's here, and it's going to respond. It does respond in my life and in my world. And so as I step into that, I begin to walk in this world with a greater conviction, a greater self-assurance, no longer looking outside, no longer thinking, okay, I'm going to just get it sitting here, but every moment becomes the experience of the greater realization of the presence of God in my life, and that becomes a prayer without ceasing, because I'm continuously seeing as Spirit sees. But what happens is we've got that tyranny of trending thoughts that says, hey, you just don't quite have it. You didn't get the fully loaded model. You got, what was left over. And all of a sudden you don't see as Spirit sees. You don't see the good that is there that can transform your world and the world of those around you. There was this guy who every day he was just arduous in his prayers, like that other monk. He would get up off his knees. He was also a knee praying kind of guy, I guess. And he would walk, and his prayers, God, make me a saint. I want to be a saint. I want to be used in this world. I want to be like those great ones. And he'd always wake up disappointed because he didn't get that. And as he'd go out into the world, he'd be like in the perfect place at the perfect time. When an elderly would trip and go to fall, he'd be there to catch that person. He'd pick them up and walk on and say, God, why can't you use me more in this world in which I live? And he'd be walking down, go by Starbucks, and somebody would spill their coffee, and he would just step right in front of the hot coffee that wouldn't now fall on the kid in the stroller because he was there. And I was like, come on, God, I know that I can be of value in this world. I want to be a saint like those great patrons of places. And he'd smile at a couple arguing, and all of a sudden they would stop and say, God, I just want to be like the Buddha of compassion. Come on, use me here, God. And just didn't see, as continued to walk this world And that's part of the challenge that we experience in our life. You know, we're praying, we're reaching out, and we're not available to experience the gifts of the Spirit, forgetting that you are already that. That for which you pray, you come from. Not, hey, I'm going to pray so I can get that. You're not praying to anything outside or for anything outside. Come from that vision, that wholeness, that goal, that ideal, that you are already there. And as you sit there with your consistent contemplation on that spiritual place that doesn't escalate and dance around because you have the stability going on, because you're consistent, all of a sudden you are available for the divine download of the greater good of your life. And what you'll discover is that healing power of the Spirit doesn't show up in these big aha moments, because you know what? Your life just tends to work all the time. God bless us as we do this together. Hey, hey.
Don't waste a good chaos experience.
That's
I love
it.
This. Seaside, welcome back your band and the most beautiful Danielle Tucker for another lovely song for you this morning.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that message, Reverend Christian. I am stepping into that fully loadedness. Right now, I'm being used in this world. How about you? Yes. There is a candle in every soul, some brightly burning, some dark and cold. There is a spirit that brings a fire, ignites a candle, and makes a home. So carry your candle, run to the darkness, seek out the hopeless, confused and torn. Hold out your candle for all to see it. Take your candle, go light your world. Take your candle, go light your world. Frustrated brother, see how he's tried to light his own candle some other way. See now your sister, she's been robbed and lied to, still holds a candle without a flame. So carry your candle, run to the darkness, seek out the lonely, the tired and worn. Hold out your candle for all to see it. Take your candle, go light your world. Take your candle, go light your world. 'Cause we are a family whose hearts are blazing. So let's raise our candles, light up the sky.
That is Danielle Tucker. Oh my goodness. That's incredible.
Thank you
That
so
is just, Hey, so what are you doing Sunday night, December 22nd? You can mark your calendar now. We'd love to have you sing that song at our candlelight
I
service.
would love to do that.
All
I'm in.
right.
Count me in.
It's a date, man. Count her in. You all heard that, right? Woo. How fun, how fun. It's just joy to have family and a sense of togetherness and just to go through life and the years together. And we're able to do that because of the love and the caring and the compassion for one another, as well as the support that we give to support Spirit's work as Seaside, as Spirit in our life here. And so this is the time of the service where we pause and ask us to listen to our heart and our soul and to be able to give from that place to support Spirit's work as Seaside, knowing that as you support Spirit's work, what Spirit does is support its work as your life. For as you support in one place Spirit's activity, what you'll find is all places in your life, Spirit showing up that is relevant and real and important and valuable to you. So I invite you to listen to your heart and your soul and to give from that kind of place. I want to invite our ushers to come forward at this time as we do take our offering from our heart and our soul and know that you can't outgive God. I mean, that can't happen. You're dealing with that which is infinite. But what happens is you become the activity of the infinite in your life at the level in which you choose to play. That is, that circulation. That's how it works. And so with that, I just share this prayer of gratitude with the most generous of spiritual communities, knowing that this truly is a blessed moment where the fullness of the divine absolutely has its way expressing through each and every one of us. For the fullness and the presence of God truly allows itself to be known as our expression. For it is the God expression. We are that conduit, that avenue through which it moves. And I know right now we are dealing with that which is infinite in its capacity. And so we continue to expand the activity of our self-expression, finding Spirit continuing to stretch those edges even further as it pours forth all that is necessary to live at this new level of the divine expression. For it's all Spirit. So we begin to delineate the level in which we play. So with joy we give, with joy we receive, and we continue to walk this world with a sense of blessing. And so it is. Amen. And together let us share this affirmation of abundance, which is, Spirit continues to bless my world. Gratefully I live as the giving expression of Spirit, opening the floodgates of the affluent flow of greater good as my life now. Those are you guys from Seaside. Nice job. Oh, and as I stand before this bounty, I can feel the love that is poured forth through each and every one of us, enriching that giver, just enlivening and activating the very energetic expression of our being. So with joy we give, with joy we allow ourselves to walk this world, and it's with joy that this gift is received, it is handled in good stewardship, and is put forth back into the world so it can continue on those currents of joy and love and appreciation, blessing everyone it comes in contact. Thank you, Father, Mother, God, for this opportunity to share this love and life, and so it is. Amen. All right, this is John. You're a member of the Board of Trustees, already talking about golf tournament, October 18th already. Mark your calendars, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So thank you, John. And speaking of thank yous, oh my goodness, Danielle Tucker, you're just fabulous. Just love the power of your voice, and just a joy to have you here. Carissa, bless you for being the wonderful artistic expression of our service today. And the two of you, since Rebecca's off on the cruise, another part of the world, you two want to step in on March 7th, Roger Teal, red carpet, big event, the whole nation's watching here. Are you on for that? That'll be fun. You're up. Okay, that's a date. Don't you love the way I put people onto the spot? This is good. Anyway, Catherine, you don't have to sing on March 7th. That's okay. So, hey, thank you for being up here today and just all your wonderful expression consistently around here. You're a gift to us all. Thank you to Matthew, giving us sound, to Marv, giving us the visuals. Nice job, guys. And to the wonderful sound crew on all three cameras and in the editing room, you're making a difference. I got a long list right here of those that are watching today. I don't know, I can share a couple of these names. Just shout outs to Will, to Jeff, to Waleska. Waleska, thank you for your generous tithe for that telethon. That was actually quite a significant big one, so appreciate that. They're all appreciated. I'm sorry. Anyway, and Kim and Cher and Gary. And so, and who? And Becky. Want Becky in there too. Oh, Becky, our Becky. Our Becky, yeah, bless you. Yeah, we know she's healing up too. So, people can't make it here for whatever reason. James, he watches us from all over the world. He flies as a corporate pilot. We get notes from him from Mexico. Who knows? Anyway, and share this podcast. John Beethan does this. You can listen to it on your phone anywhere, no cost. You can share the live streaming on Facebook or on our website. It's like this is our gift to our friends and our family. Continue to share, because what is going on here, if it's making a difference in your life, share that so it can make a difference in those you care about. If you know of a good restaurant, don't you tell your friends about it? If you went to see a good movie, let's say like The Star is Born, don't you tell them about that? So, don't hold back. Just be willing to share the good that's going on. Take a look what's going on here. There's a lot that's happening. Monday night, we got the bowl meditation with Deep. We have got Friday, the women do the spirit dance that's going on. We've got that, the red carpet event. Speaking of Oscars, I wasn't, but now I am. But that's going on March 7th here. And Roger Teal, I got a little clip. It's 50 seconds. This guy is coming from well, here he is. You can check him out. He looks like a minister, doesn't he?
Oh, beloved ones, I'm inviting a word to drop into our consciousness today. Just like water fell into Helen Keller's. Trust. Trust life so that you can embrace it. You are a remarkable, extraordinary being. That in you is so much more than that which is in the world. And no matter the comings and goings, the heartaches, the changes, all of the facets of the outer life, there's a power and a greater joy in you. And you ought to have it, because it makes life so much easier. And it reveals your beauty and your power. That's your potential. And I bless you in this.
Roger Teal, March 7th, right here. No cost, bring a friend. He actually got more hair than I did. Not right. Anyway. Hey, last Sunday of the month is a Sacred Sunday, and want to invite any of our religious science practitioners that are available today to stand up here with me. I'm going to do some prayer. We'll sing ourselves out, but then they're available for you to receive a personal prayer, to come on up and say, hey, I've got this going on in my world. Would you just add that deep knowingness that Christian was talking about, that part that just knows the complete wholeness that is within me, that life that is already perfect. These are the individuals that have been trained no matter what has been put before them. They do the short version. They just know it's a matter of that separation dissolving into the nothingness from which it came, and the wholeness begins to show up in our life in the perfect way. We don't need to tell Spirit what to do. I mean, it created everything. It knows what to do. What we want to do is get that something that's created a sense of separation out of the way and allow Spirit to have its way. So I invite you to move with me in this wonderful heartfelt space where there is a felt sense of the life and the love, that wonderful impulsion, that intelligence, that essence, whatever it is, call it what you like, but it is the life from which we came that said, you're done, you're done, you're fully loaded. Because the truth is you are Spirit expressing. When you come to know the truth of who you are, that Spirit can move unimpeded as your very expression. And healing happens because there's a shift that's taken place in consciousness and awareness. For the life itself touches down and touches you and feel it and sense it and know that that shift takes place in this moment now. I don't need to define it. What I want to do is be prepared enough to be in the realization of the greater yet to be that is moving as my life in this moment. Breathe into that. Feel that, sense that which is ineffable, but it's palatable. It's real, it is true. It heals all things. There is no large or small within the mind of God, for it is all things. So if there's anything in this world of form that appears to be real, that begins to set that tyranny of trending thought in motion, let us know that it's what's going on here and now, but it is not the truth. The truth is that the great I am of our being, the Spirit expressing. Feel that. Allow that shift to take place so your body becomes that wonderful conduit through which it moves. The body comes into alignment, perfect balance, perfect blood pressure, perfect rhythm. The heart is in sync. Life is in sync. All of a sudden, the self-expression is courageous and filled with joy and love and creativity. For the blessings of Spirit touches you in this moment, and feel that. And in the felt sense of Spirit, the floodgates open, just like those waterfalls that we were looking at to start this day. It is pouring forth so much more than we could ever fathom. Healing happens, abundance flows, the monetary realm begins to fill up with the joy so we can give and share and create and spend for the wonderful abundant flow of the wealth of life is the natural state of being. We weren't intended to worry. We were intended to be a creative expression of Spirit. And I know the soul is free to create the creativity for which stirs within, to create within relationship, with honesty and intimacy and love, and to be able to express from a deeper place, a safe place, a courageous place. For I can only be the best me. Only be second best at anyone else, and everyone else has been taken. So begin to embrace the beauty of who you are, which is God expressing in its uniqueness. It need not be anything else. And in the embrace of the self, healing happens, because the questioning, the doubting, the worthiness, the littleness, I wish I was this or that or looked like that, just is gone. And when that is gone, we become a clearer avenue of the manifesting good of life itself. So grateful that the words we've shared are the truth, that the prayer requests that have been brought forth are now answered. That anyone who is here today who is lifted into this prayer field, any concerns of the physical being or the emotional body or the world of form, just lift it into this vibration and allow Spirit to have its way. For something good is going on here, because Seaside is rising. And, all of us just lift this tide that lifts us all. We come to a greater conscious connection with that infinite source, and we move forth with an expression of self, knowing that this convention that's wrapping up here for the whole movement on March 7th is a success that unfolds with an ease and a grace, and that Seaside shares the light that shines so bright here. Something good is going on here. Feel it, sense it, and claim that it's you. It's good going on in life that you're living. I say thank you for this and the words we've shared, that they are the truth. that they're happening, and is in this state of appreciation, not to anything outside, but just living with gratitude for the good of spirit that is, always has been, and for the shift of the awareness that opens up the consciousness to be a recipient of that ever-expanding greater good. I let go to that. I trust that. Have this prayer of faith, an unshakable conviction, a deep knowingness, the shift of consciousness. I let go and just allow Spirit to have its way in this moment. And so it is. Amen.
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go. And this is what you have to say. Come on. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. Said no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Come on, Seaside. Said no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for.
There we go. And our affirmation is, I am the divine manifestation of Spirit. Oh, I like this one. Let's say it together. I am the divine manifestation of Spirit. Touch your heart and say it again. I am the divine manifestation of Spirit. One more time like it's your truth and you mean it. I am the divine manifestation of Spirit. And our song of grace.
I'm living in love, I'm living in peace, I'm living my life for what I believe. Through joys and through fears, in this world I walk, God's grace shines on me, and it shines on us all. We are living in grace. We
And come on up, receive some prayer. It feels good. It is just available to you. So, also, choir starting next Sunday. If anybody wants to come back at this time to work on the Easter choir, that's available. So.